views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the producers, network, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Okay, so this is another episode of our podcast. And sa wakas, meron tayong monitor now. We could see ourselves. Okay? We also have a guest here with us today, another Gen Z.
Yeah.
We'd like to welcome Ava. Welcome to our podcast.
Hello.
And hopefully welcome to our team. Yeah, so pag-usapan natin today yung ano, kasi I saw a reel recently.
Trump Jr. tweeted.
Oops, sorry about that. So, may napanood ako na reel, I think it was yesterday, that companies in the US, they started firing Gen Zs because they were too spoiled, too entitled, and they were too demanding in their workplace. Yung iba late daw, yung iba not producing the right type of work. So they're not producing any results. So they're always laid back, relaxed, lagging over break, lagging nasa Instagram. I just want to figure out if that's true here dito sa Pinas. So what about you guys? Kasi you guys, I know you guys are still in school, and yung iba sa inyo nagpo-part-time or they're already working online. So how's the culture? Totoo ba na pag Gen Z is entitled? I mean, how is it let's start with you. Yeah.
For my case, you can really see that there are some students who are entitled and or may feel entitled kasi at some point they feel like they don't have to do anything because they already have this. They already have the resources para hindi na sila magtrabaho. And okay. I think yun yung pinaka unfair. Doon naman sa mga walang resources pero grabe yung sabihin na nating grind. Grabe yung kayod to look for a job, to look for something na they can earn na kahit ito yung kinikita. It's not something na I'm gonna complain kasi ganyan lang yung sahod. No. There are opposites. There are opposite kind of students or people na we can see in our campuses. So yeah.
Do we have to generalize na pag may resources na mayaman?
Yes. I think that's the
Should we mention
base.
your school? Ano yung school mo? Saan university mo?
I come from the University of Asia and the Pacific. So, yeah.
Balita ko, puro kayo mayaman. Mayaman to. Usap ko dito eh. Yeah. And is this, okay, syempre iba-ibang campuses, iba-ibang fields of study. Sino yung pinaka less entitled? O sabihin natin, sino yung pinaka mabait in your generation when it comes to certain fields?
Nako, I think ang pinaka mabait are the ones who actually read. I think yung mga na-hum students. So maybe mga courses na ganun, they're more of somehow laid back or actually mga composed when it comes to something like that. Yeah.
O sino yung pinakamayabang?
Nako,
Ang daw na magre-react na dito. Gab, manda ka na.
No. It's okay. STEM people, it's a classification sa senior high school. But then for college, it's, I think somehow dun sa mga entrepreneurial na courses. I'm not saying mayabang, pero I think yun yung parang more on makikita mo na nandun yung confidence, nandun yung labas ng vibe nila na, okay, meron ako nito, meron kami nito, we can sell you this, we're selling you this. So, compared naman dun sa students who read, keep on reading. So, focus sila sa readings nila. So, that's it, yeah.
Tapos, sino yung pinaka dun sa school nyo? Ano ba yung mga courses na let me generalize this. Yung pinaka babaero.
Nako.
Baka piloto, no? No? Mm-hmm. Piloto? Ano course?
So, generally, I come from a business course.
Pero business, piloto ka, right?
Now, I'm aspiring to be a pilot.
Yes. Pero the whole thing is you're going to study, what do you call it? Pilotry? Pilotry ba?
Yes, it's student pilot.
Student pilot.
Yeah, student.
Tapos so, what's your main goal? Are you planning to fly commercial, a jet plane, a private jet? Ano yung goal mo?
Answering straightforwardly, I'd like to fly for a commercial airline.
Oh, really?
Yes,
What
but
airline?
Australian Airline or syempre, Philippine represent, PAL Airlines.
PAL.
Yes.
PAL? Di ba palpak sila?
Nako. Yes.
No, but Australia, di ba ano ba sila? Qantas Air ba?
Qantas, I'm not sure, but I think somewhere along the way, it's called parang Australian Airlines then, yeah.
Okay, so question, let's go back to ano. So, sa mga kaklase mo, madami sa kanila ba nagpa-part-time or like project-based or are they actually working like you?
No.
Oh.
So, somehow I surround myself with the people na at some point, I think masipag. Pero I think those entitled students na we label, I think in my group of friends, we can say na they have these kinds of resources. So pinanganak na sila na may ganun sila. Pero I see them or they show me na although they don't have to work for part-time jobs, they make use of what they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting point. So this is actually your school is one of the prominent schools in Manila, di ba? Let's jump to another Gen Z. We have kasi ikaw lalaki ka, piloto ka, soon to be a pilot, di ba?
Okay.
So alam ko yan yung pinakamayabang na section. Let's talk to someone that's a little more a little different. Babae naman, guess natin siya, right? Her name's A muna. For privacy lang. Kasi wala pa. Let's talk to A. Oh, Miss A. What about you? Give us some insights in your current school. Would you like to mention your school?
Yeah. I don't know. Far Eastern University.
FEU.
FEU.
Yeah.
U-Built?
Yes po.
Great school.
Manila.
Okay, FEU Manila. O, kumusta naman? So, sino sa mga sino yung pinaka-entitled?
Same lang din po yung mga nasa business course. And ang pansin ko rin po is yung nasa tech, mga IT, ganyan. Since alam nila parang kumbaga, lalo ngayon po this generation po.
Pansin ko rin po yung nasa communication media studies.
Ay, smart yan kasi nag-notes siya, Pero efficient kasi
Nasa Siri po kasi.
Which is good.
I'm sorry.
Ganyan kayo mag-note sa class? Ganyan.
Ano po, lang po si Siri.
Ang galing ni Siri. That AI video may
But pwede naman po tayong video natin. So, ayun po. Ang pansin ko po kasi ngayon sa sa mga students, alam mo yung I deserve this mentality. Yung parang, hindi naman sa inaano ko, na parang, hindi naman nakakapagod yung ginawa mo. Like, eto lang naman yung ginawa mo. Pero parang konting
Pagod, obstacle.
yeah, konting pagod. Parang kanwari, nagwalis ka. Sabi mo, deserve ko ng coffee. Deserve ko ng ganito, ganyan, ng cookies. Kaso, parang ang kailangan kasi malaman ng lahat na yung pagod na yun, normal talaga yun. Normal na mapagod ka. So, when it comes to searching for jobs, ang pansin ko, ang mas hinahanap ko yun is yung konting trabaho, pero mataas yung salary. Ganyan. Kasi nga, wala nakikita, dala rin po ng social media na parang, alam niyo, pinaprovide na ng social media yung maraming info. Parang nasa fingertips na ng lahat yung info. Isang search mo lang, nandiyan na lahat. So, parang,
that's an interesting kasi yun nga, ang daming nanonood sa TikTok, Facebook, Instagram about yun nga, how they deserve to, be at the top level.
yeah.
Diba? That's a problem. Ang daming influence. And also, ang dami din kasing, what you call them, vloggers, influencers. And they try to share stuff na, work 1 hour a day and ito yung kikitain mo. Mag-dropshipping ka and all that. Di ba? Ganun yung usually mga So,
Okay. Okay, we're good.
Remember, dapat reminder, magdagdag tayo ng mics.
Mhm.
Okay?
I think from what A is saying earlier, I think masyadong maraming students or people who are sanay na from gratification, like early gratification. So I think delayed gratification has something to do with that mindset na entitled sila.
Let's do a deep dive on saan nanggaling to? The roots. Why are Gen Zs entitled these days, and why are they getting fired from companies? What do you think is the root cause of Gen Zs being entitled?
As Gen Zs, the very root of entitlement would be social media. Social media. So yeah.
Hindi ba yan nag-start sa parents, bata pa lang, ini-spoil na?
Yes, it's a huge factor then also.
I think with what's before Gen Z is millennials and ano ba yung
Boomers. Ay.
Gen X. Gen X, I think Generation X. Look it up, let's confirm it. Ito yung problema kasi. Gen X yan yung sa akin, mga parents ko.
1965 to 1980.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mga parents ko and all that. So, sila, mga lolas mo, mga masisipag yung mga yan. So, they work really hard for it so that we'll have we'll have a good life. Okay, so yung mga millennials kami, you will have a good life. At they wouldn't want to go through the sacrifice that the Gen X went through. So, syempre, yung mga millennials, konting sacrifice ni Gen X. So, millennials are living properly. So, ito naman si millennials. Ayaw kong kumayod katulad ni mama at papa.
Yeah.
Right? Gusto ko mas madali, I want to use technology to leverage work and make it better and kikita ko mas marami. Pagdating sa inyo, okay, siyempre, millennial parent, gusto ko i-spoil ko kasi lahat ng hindi ko na nakuha nung bata ko, bibigay ko. Diba? Dati wala akong iPhone, wala akong iPad, bibigay ko sa kanila. At i-enjoy niyo yan. And so I think that's one of the root cause. That's why feeling kayo entitled, feeling kayo special and all that. I'm not saying everyone because like yourself and like Miss A, you guys are pretty much doing the work. You guys believe in hard work. You guys believe in learning things. You guys believe in the traditional way of making money, right? Hindi kayo entitled. You don't feel special. I don't see it in you guys. I don't see it in your character. Kasi kayo eh. The first impression I got from you is hardworking kayo. Kasi if you guys are not hardworking and entitled, you guys wouldn't be here in this podcast. First thing of all, right? So I think that's a great point of view coming from both schools, UANP and FEU. I really want to get someone from Ateneo, UP, Binil, LaSalle. I got some friends in Ateneo who are Gen Zs as well. I'm going to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes. I think for Ateneo students,
former ka, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero high school.
Yes, for high school.
Okay, former ka. Okay.
Yes.
How is it?
I think for me, for my side, the school is not air conditioned. So from that simple fact na thing about the school, it makes you, it gives you this humility. Kasi a lot of schools are air conditioned, so parang they think na okay, air conditioned kami, malamig sa amin, comfortable kami, makapag-hoodie kami, we wear blazers and everything. But for Ateneo, our classrooms are beside soccer fields. So yung init it would transfer to the classroom, so everyone's sweaty, everyone's going to be sweaty. So I think yung parang humility na we receive from that simple thing. Yeah, I can speak for
what are you saying? What are you trying to say na mga Atenista, mga down to earth?
Well, biased. Sorry, one big fight. So yeah, for Ateneans, there's something I could vouch for.
So parang sinasabi FEU naka-aircon sila. So
no. Yun lang. Yeah.
That's a good point. Kasi Miriam, yung katabi nila, walang aircon din eh. I think ngayon lang nagkaroon ng aircon. Yung mga high school, elementary.
I
I
think-
can't seem to remember. Pero ngayon, alam ko meron. I'm not sure in Ateneo, but sa mga university, in the university, naka-aircon, hindi.
Yes, they are air conditioned. So,
Okay.
Some.
So I'm curious. So if we have any students galing from, do you have any students who's listening galing UP, Binil, LaSalle, UST? Ano ba yung mga ibang schools?
UST, yeah. We have LaSalle, Ateneo, UP,
Yeah, we mentioned
FEU.
that. Yeah. Let's try to invite like other like Gen Zs and let's talk about it. Let me change the topic a bit. What do you think is the ideal job for a Gen Z who is entitled? What do you think hinahanap nila? Can you give like a few examples, Miss A?
For a Gen Z who's entitled, anong job yung hinahanap nila?
Usually, anong job? For example, yan. Anong klaseng job? Ano ba yan? Naghanap sila na...
I think, yeah. Owner of the company na.
Owner of the
agad.
company.
Yeah, CEO. Matic. Diretso.
Nag-apply. Hi, I'm applying. For what? Your position.
Yeah.
CEO agad?
Yeah, CEO.
Grabe. Kahit walang qualifications. Grabe. Pero realistically, ano usually, do you guys have any idea?
I think mga digital kasi talaga, vlogging,
Yes,
mga influencer,
Okay.
that's right.
So, nasa more on...
Leisure type.
Leisure type of...
Since kapag nasa social media sila, yun lang din nakikita nila content, vlogs. So, parang ina-idolize nila. And then yung lifestyle na nakikita nila, yun na yung nagiging ideal na lifestyle for them. And then, ayun na rin yung parang gusto ko rin ng ganito. Gusto ko ganito lang din ako. Gigising. Vlog, magme-makeup ako. And all that.
That's true.
So, yun siguro. And then yung nasa, paggala-gala ka.
I think you have a good point kasi kung yan yung ginagawa nyo, certainly, magaling kayo dyan. Right? So, Antonio, what about work ethics and yung work ethics talaga in your process and everything and your professionalism? Is it solid pa din or medyo isasubmit ko to when I feel like it? Ganun ba?
At some point, yes, in this generation, nagkaroon ng ganong work ethic. Pero ako, sir, I'm curious, what should an employer parang require of someone na, okay, fresh grad, may views na dito sa part na to na, okay, baka comfortable na to masyado na tong laid back or parang, baka entitled to. So, I'm just really curious lang po. I'm just really curious what a view about this.
And that's a good question.
Yeah.
To me, I think Gen Zs have a lot of potentials. The whole team is Gen Z, except a few. Like me, like I'm a millennial. Yung isang business partner is Gen X, diba? So, but mostly I would rather hire Gen Zs to do the work because we're in marketing. That's one. We're in marketing. We're in the digital realm. So that's ako choice ko yan. All right, choice ko yan. But others, ayaw nila. So for example, accounting, right? Papasok ang Gen Z dyan kung talaga mahilig sa accounting.
Yes.
But for other Gen Zs who are intended, accounting, math, hindi ako magaling dyan sa math. Sorry, di ba?
That's true.
True story. Ito, recently nangyari.
Yes.
Recently nangyari. Okay, let's talk about... So, hindi ito yung mga binanggit natin kanina is about corporate work and everything. Hindi pa natin pinag-usapan yung mga Gen Zs in the lower class. Okay? So, sabihin na class B, class C, pababa. Okay? So, usually kasi most Gen Zs who are entitled are in the upper echelon of society, right?
Yes.
Kayo, FEU, UANP, UP, medyo upper kayo medyo upper. Yung mga mababa, paano yung mga Gen Zs yung nasa public university or public, yung galing sa public school generally? Okay. That's real talk lang.
Yes.
So, we were trying, may nagkwento sa akin, may nag-hire ng friend ko nag-hire ng kasambahay.
Okay.
Okay. So, meron daw nag-apply work. Ang age niya is 21 years old. Graduate siya ng education. Tapos, nagturo din siya sa, not sure kung elementary or high school for like few months. And then, meron siyang degree. Okay? Meron siyang degree. So, ito yung friend ko, nagtataka, ba't nag-a-apply ito dito as kasambahay? Okay, so, sabi na curious siya. So, in-interview niya yung babae. And then, yun nga, my credentials. Nag-send siya talaga ng credentials. Nag-graduate siya and all that. And then, nakatapos ka, right? Ba't ka nag-a-apply as kasambahay? In English, yung sagot ng babae, in English pa niya yung friend ko. Kasi sir, I want to explore my options. I want to gain more experience. And then, sabi ng friend niya, okay, that's fine. Okay, so kasi marunong ako mag-tutor. So sige, you could tutor my kid. Baka yes, of course, kaya ko yan kasi syempre graduate ako dyan and all that. Ganun siya magsalita.
In English pa.
Yeah, medyo English, Taglish.
Yeah.
So medyo may pagkaintay ito. I'm not, and then, kasi he asked ko, saan ka nakatira and all that. Wala siya doon sa, medyo nasa lower part of Quezon City, yung medyo, medyo depressed areas and gano'n. So medyo nagulat siya na parang, totoo ba to? O in-scam ako nito, right? And then, after the interview, parang nag-message pa sila na sabi, pwede ba yung off ko is weekends? Knowing as a kasambahay, ang off is usually once or twice a month. Ganon. Gusto niya weekly off. Wala namang problema doon kasi that's what you want. Pero nagdi-demand siya, pwede pa ganito off. Tapos yung sahod ko weekly na lang. Nagdi-demand pa siya. Right? So parang sabi ng friend mo, wow, masyadong demanding itong Gen Z na to. Tapos, hindi na niya kinontak. Pero ang point ko doon is that yung Gen Z na yun, number one, wala siya doon sa, she doesn't have the resources.
Yes.
Hindi siya mayaman, her family's mayaman. Graduate siya, pero nag-a-apply siya as kasambahay. Di ba? Nakakapagtaka, bakit kasambahay? Wala ka ng ibang option? Wala ba nang tumanggap sa'yo? Yan ang tanong, right? And then, wala nga tumanggap sa'yo, nag-a-apply ka as kasambahay na hindi naman, you could earn more than that. Your degree is not about being a kasambahay. And you're demanding pa. Di ba? O dapat weekly sahod at dapat yung off Saturday, Sundays. And ito pa yung nabanggit. Babalik ako ng Monday ng mga 9 a.m. Wow.
Medyo nag-dictate. Yeah.
So, you see, it's not whether you're there, up or down here. I think, it's... And imagine her family didn't come from a well-off family.
Yes.
Nasa depressed area sila. So, what triggered this? Social media, just like Miss A said. It's all about social media. Walang professionalism.
Yeah.
Di ba? Kung talagang kailangan mo ng trabaho, it doesn't matter what that is.
That's true.
If kailangan mo pumasok na 30 days with no off para kumita ng pera,
You do it.
para pakainin mo yung pamilya, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Walang kukuha sa'yo, tapos choosy ka pa.
Medyo.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to make a living, and if you're really desperate to do that, you apply for work that you think you can do and that you think you deliver, and present yourself properly. Huwag kang demanding.
Yes.
Huwag kang demanding. Don't make demands when you're not in a position to. Di ba? Hindi ka naman qualified to make demands as a kasambahay.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like in corporate. Di ba? You go to corporate, sige, gusto ko magtrabaho sa finance. Okay? Punta ako sa, let's say, BDO. Punta tayo BDO. Finance. Or, let's say, punta tayo GCash. Okay? Gusto ko mag-apply as an executive. Anong credentials mo? Graduate ako ng business ad. Right? May summa cum laude, summa cum laude or magna cum laude.
Yeah.
I want an executive position. At dapat yung benefits ko, dapat merong 10 days leave in a year. You can demand if you don't have the experience yet. Same goes in corporate. So whether you're corporate, whether you're down below, whether you're applying for kasambahay, no way that you could demand your way in.
That's true.
Diba? Prove that you could, and then they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my advice for all Gen Zs. All Gen Zs who are entitled and mayabang and who wants to demand and are choosy. Yeah, if you don't want to take my advice, you can go fuck yourself. Yeah. But to the Gen Zs who are hustling their ways, okay, you're hustling, you're working, and also to the Gen Zs na may resources at mayaman pero they want to learn and they
Yes.
want to do something, they want to make change and all that in their society, in our city. Kudos to you guys, all right? You guys are the next generation leaders and I would say influencers who would lead the next in our society.
Yes.
Diba? You guys are great for our economy. So, may iwan, yung mga entitled, sila may iwan. Yun nga, the video watch, either you work hard now or you work harder later.
That's true.
Right? Ikaw yung kawawa if you do that.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. You guys want to add anything? Because I think we're already past 30 minutes. But what would you guys want to give as an advice? Gen Z to Gen Z. Since working na kayo, you guys are professionals, you guys know what you're doing. What advice would you want to give them?
Not overpressuring, pero ladies first naman.
Ang gusto ko lang ma-realize nila na hindi lahat ng nakikita sa social media is totoo. Like, hindi mo naman ipapakita yung pangit na side ng ng araw mo. Siyempre, ang ipapakita mo yung puro magaganda lang. So, ayun, parang huwag masyadong isabuhay lahat ng nakikita sa social media. Yun lang yung advice.
That's good.
Good advice. Oh,
Okay,
tigil nyo na yung doom scrolling dyan.
Yes. Yeah. Mga kalabo lang ng mata.
Anong tawag doon? Anong tawag niya sa ganyan? Wala ka kwenta-kwenta ko?
It's actually doom scrolling. Pag as in sobrang grabe mag-scroll sa phone.
Anong tawag sa mga content na wala ka kwenta ko? Thai content?
Irrelevant.
No, I'm serious. They use that. Oh. Yan. They use it in slang. Kaya nalaman ko, narinig ko eh. Shit content, Thai content or something. Para sa views lang daw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totoo.
So, yeah, it's doom scrolling talaga. For content.
Doom scrolling kasi it's a little different. Doom scrolling is wala ka ng control na addicted ka na sa social. Na you don't wanna
Stop.
yun na lang ang gusto mo Yeah. Gutom ka lang, nag-scrolling ka pa. Diba? Yeah. What about you? Bilang piloto at lalaki
I think more on the fact na I want to inform Gen Zs ngayon na as in sobrang straightforward. Pag meron ako na encounter na ganun, the only thing na I want to say is pare, wag kang tamad. Wag kayong tamad kasi at some point it doesn't get you anywhere. So okay, if I were to give 3 things, I think every Gen Z should know what their personality is talaga. I think they have to have a long, hard think about that. And then the second would be, they have to set their priorities straight. Hindi naman kailangan minamadali or anything, but they have to know what their priorities are. And the last is, even if you come from somewhere low, you come from somewhere mid or high, you have to stay, or you have to be really show yung humility. Kasi entitlement is not gonna get you anywhere. If you can change yourself, that's humility. If you can adjust yourself or fix yourself first rather than thinking about, ito dapat ayusin niya muna yung sarili niya, that's humility. So, from a Gen Z, stop social media, and lastly, huwag kayong tamad. So, yeah. Huwag kayong tamad.
Pag-isipan niyo yung pinaka-apply niyo. Huwag CEO agad.
Oo, tagapagmana.
Dapat gumawa tayo na parang sketch na may nag-a-apply na Gen Z. What are you applying for? Your job. All right. So thank you guys. We'll be back with more on the next one.